Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. We have a very special show today. Unfortunately, my co-host Sid Roeder is not here. My name is Bruce Lee. I'm hosting the show today. But we have a whole gaggle of people here from the Bear River Association of Governments Area Agency on Aging. And so I'll just have them say hello all at the same time. Ready, go? So there's a lot of people here today. We're going to have some fun with the show today, but before we get started, I just want to let everybody know about our sponsor, the Empowering Seniors Group. The Empowering Seniors Group is a group of professionals that are in the community that are helping us to put the show on, and they're helping get information out there for people. And there's a couple of ways to hear about the group. One, you can check out our website at empoweringseniors.info. Or if you want to get some more information, you can send us an email at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV is for Cache Valley. Or you can give us a call at 435-512-6406. Okay, so I have to say that this is the most people I've seen in the studio ever. And I'm looking at my producer to see if he's seen more people, and he has not. And he's been here for at least 56 years. And so we have a lot of people today. So I'm just going to read some names really quick. We have Jen, Shelley, Melissa, Carolyn, Valoy, Tara, Deb, Kirsten, and all their families will know who they are. So we're excited to have you all here. So welcome to the show. We want to help educate our listeners about the Area Agency on Aging. And we're going to start with Carolyn today because she is the fearless leader down there, right?
Well, yes, I am the leader at sometimes. Most of the time they lead me, but yes.
So, Carolyn, what do we want to talk about today about the Area Agency on Aging?
Do you know, I think the most important thing is that we get the word out there to the community that we're here for you. We have all the answers you need about aging. If you have someone in your home that you're worrying about and what's the next step, give us a call, and we have those answers. And the number you need to call is 435-713-1467. That is our intake number, and that will get you through to Shelley Andrus, who does a beautiful job with helping you understand what your possibilities are and what we can do for you here at the Area Agency on Aging. This is a really wonderful program. We've got a whole group of programs that we can maybe fit you into. There are criteria, so we need to go through the intake process to find out what that is.
We're going to give that phone number again a couple times today, so if you didn't get a chance to write that down, we will get it for you again in just a second. But Carolyn, also the Area Agency on Aging, the AAA, as it's often known as, how did that come about?
There was a program, federal program, decided that we just were not addressing enough with our elderly population. And so there are 266 area agencies on aging across the nation. We have 12 here in the state of Utah, and we cover the different regions across the state. Our Area Agency on Aging covers the three counties, Rich County, Cache County, and Box Elder County. And so we are here to answer all of those aging questions in those three counties.
So let's meet some members of the band.
Yes.
So let's, Carolyn, who should we hear from first?
I really think it'd be good for us to know what our ombudsman program is, and that is Jen.
Jen, what is the ombudsman program?
I am an advocate for residents of long-term care facilities.
So why would they contact you? Because
residents have rights, and a lot of times they don't know what their rights are. Sometimes lately there's a lot of problems with visitation. Families and residents don't know their rights on being able to have visitors come into the facilities, and there's new guidance, so it's exciting. They can have more visitors now.
So if someone has a question about being able to see a family member, or maybe they don't have the access they think that they should have, that's a call for you?
Yes.
And so how often do you get calls like that?
Every day. I have a lot of calls lately. Residents aren't able to see their family members, and family members, just this weekend I had somebody in tears because she found out she can go in and see her grandma that has dementia, and she didn't know that she could do that now.
Wow, that's great. And so they would call Carolyn the same phone number.
Yes, the 435-713-1467.
Okay.
Calling that number, she'll make sure that information gets over to the ombudsman.
Okay, and I think maybe that would just segue us right to the next person we should talk to who might receive that phone call.
Yes, and that would be Shelley.
She's so excited to talk.
I know it.
Shelley, what happens when the phone rings?
I answer the phone, and I ask the person on the phone what they need assistance with, and I ask them a few questions, and when I find out what I need to know, whether it's to go to one of our case managers or to Carolyn, I transfer them on to them. If I need to do an intake, I will get that information from them, or we'll schedule an appointment depending on what time of day it is.
So an intake, what exactly does that mean?
Either a family member or an actual client will call and ask about what kind of things that we do for an intake, and I let them know. I ask them a series of questions to determine their eligibility.
Just to see if they're qualified?
Yes.
So they probably don't know really what you do, and so you're the person that says, this is what we do.
I explain to them what we do, what each program is about, and see which program they're eligible for.
And how many of those do you do in a day, do you think?
Probably in a week, I do 1 to 3 or 4.
Oh, so not that many.
No, not that many. That's why we want to get the word out to get that number up, because we have a lot of help out there for them.
That is actually everybody who's listening while we're doing this today, because the Area Agency on Aging has so many different things that they can do to help the people in the community. And so Shelley gets lonely. 3 or 4 calls a week, that's not enough for you, is it?
Not at all.
She needs more. So if you're out there and you think you need some help, then really you can walk them through that process.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. Carolyn, where should we go now?
I really think we have an opportunity to talk about what our alternatives program is. And the person here that would probably give us the best definition of that, I'm going to ask you, Debbie, to tell us a little bit about what you do with the alternatives program.
Okay, so once a person has been through intake, they're determined they qualify for the alternatives program, then they receive a case manager, and we again find out what exactly and specifically they need in their home, what we can help with, and then we set that into motion. Now that could be, it could be help. Maybe you can't clean your house any longer. Maybe you can't prepare meals. All those practical things that you do in daily living, those are the kind of things that we could help with.
Okay, good. We're going to come back and ask you more about that when we come back from break. So we're about to step out for a break here for a second. This is the Senior Moment Show, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. We're here with lots of people from the Area Agency on Aging. In case you didn't do a count, we have 8 people in the room, all talking about what they do. And you know what? It is a really great service. We're not going to be able to get everything today that they're doing. And so if you have a question, please call and talk to Shelley, because she sits by her phone and waits for it to ring. And so that number is 435-713-1467. We're going to step out for a minute and we'll be back.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a pre-arranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts pre-arranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
It seems like yesterday I was playing with my kids on the playground.
Seems like yesterday I was building a treehouse in the backyard.
Time goes by too fast, but there is something you can do to ensure you're taken care of down the road. I'm Tracy Ferris with Quality First Insurance. A long-term care insurance policy is something we all need as we get older. If you wait until you need it, you're too late. Let me help you understand the options and benefits of long-term care insurance. Call me today, 435-752-0101.
This is Brian Erickson for the Sunshine Minute. To all serving on the front lines of COVID-19, thank you. And not only healthcare workers, but first responders, food service staff, grocery clerks, postal workers, delivery drivers, and many more. You provide essential cares, supplies, and services, all while working in places with potential risk. On behalf of Sunshine Terrace Foundation, we are so grateful for your support during this unprecedented challenge. We bring more to life together.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. If you're just joining us today, my name is Bruce Lee. I'm hosting the show by myself without my co-host Sid Roeder, who will be back next week, I hope. But we have a whole group of people here from the Area Agency on Aging. I'll read their names again just for fun. I'll do it backwards this time. Kirsten, Deb, Tara, Valoy, Carolyn, Melissa, Shelley, and Jen. All great, awesome people from the Bear River Association of Governments, Area Agency on Aging. And before we went to break, Deb was telling us about a program, and Kirsten's going to jump in and tell us a little bit more about that program, and I may ask some more questions. But Kirsten?
Absolutely. We're talking about the Alternatives Program right now, and that is one of our base programs in the Area Agency on Aging that helps seniors. And we also help disabled people. The disabled portion of our program can be only 15%, so it's a very small portion. Because we are the Area Agency on Aging, we are focusing on that age group. The Alternatives Program is designed to keep people in their home as long as possible. If they are at risk of needing to go into assisted living, then we can step in and bring services into their home so that they are safely able to stay there as long as possible.
Why is it called Alternatives? Is it alternative assisted living?
It's yeah, exactly. It's the alternative to being placed in long-term care.
So what kinds of options are there?
Some of the services we provide with the program would be personal care, so help with showering, bathing, washing hair, meal prep. Companionship is one of the services because oftentimes older adults become very isolated and they need companionship to be able to thrive. We do homemaking as well, but that is not our main purpose of the program, is to just be in cleaning people's houses. We want to make sure that they're safe in their home.
So people who are listening out there that might think, I didn't know there was another option, what would qualify them to be able to call and ask for this particular benefit?
So if someone sees a need for themselves or someone that they know, they would call in and speak with Shelley, and that is 435-713-1467. Shelley would do an intake because there's certain qualifications for each of our programs, and although they may not qualify for one, they may qualify for another. Or, for example, if they qualified for the Alternatives Program, they may also qualify for another program that would provide more services. So it's very important to not focus on a specific program and try to get on that program, but rather to let Shelley help determine what program would be the best fit for the person.
I'm feeling really bad. Shelley's only getting 3 or 4 calls a week? Shelley, we need to get more people calling you.
Yes, we do.
We do. I'm going to give that number again, 435-713-1467. So, Carolyn, if people are out there and they're wondering if they should call, if they're not sure, they should call.
Oh, they absolutely should call, because it may be. There's been a lot of times people call and all they need is some education. I mean, they may not need one of our programs. They just need to know what the next step is with their parent or someone they love that's got dementia. And so we do have everyone here is well trained. Most of us have over a 4-year degree. We have master's degrees. Everybody here knows their stuff really well. And so any one of us could help them walk through what the next step is. We've got a plethora of information that we want to share.
Awesome. Okay, who should we go to next?
I believe we've got to start talking about, we have what's called waiver programs. These are programs for people that will qualify for Medicaid. And the first one I'd like to talk about is our aging waiver program, and that is Melissa. She is our case manager for this, and she's been at this for quite a long period of time. Not saying that Melissa's old. She started when she was 12, but she is really good at this program. She knows it very well. So, yep, Melissa's our lady.
Take it away.
Okay, for the aging waiver program, you have to be 65 or older. You have to be Medicaid eligible, and then you have to meet a nursing home level of care. What that means is if it weren't for family, friends, neighbors helping you, you would end up in a nursing home. And our nurse would go out. She does the assessment on that to make sure you qualify for that.
So the benefit would be what exactly? Again, you're trying to help them stay home, or you're trying to get them into the nursing home?
We're trying to help them stay in their home as long as possible, as long as we can keep them safely in their home to prevent premature nursing home placement. We can provide the same services that Kirsten and Debbie talked about, but with the aging waiver, we're not limited to the same budget that the alternatives program is.
So even this program would start with Shelley again, right?
Yes, Shelley.
Everything runs through Shelley.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody out there remember that name, because when you call, she'll say, "This is Shelley," and you'll know who it is, right?
Yes.
Okay, I have a question about funding for some of these things. Somebody might be wondering where the money comes from.
It's a mix of federal, state, and county funds. And we get grants throughout every one of the AAAs, get grants that come through the state. And it's divvied up by a formula determining by our population and how many elderly we have in our area. And so it's quite scientific on how we get it. But we do have some pretty tight criteria that we have to stick with. So we do have definite eligibility requirements because of that criteria.
Do you use all of your funding at the end of the fiscal year? Are you at zero, or do you have money left over? Typically, how does that look?
We try to use it all up, depending on how the programs are running. This last year's been difficult because we've been given quite a bit of COVID money, and so trying to make sure we've done a lot of extra projects to be sure we're reaching out to as many people as possible. So it would be great if we could get more calls coming in so that we never had to worry that we were using all those funds, because all that means is we're not reaching all the people we want to reach.
Right. And that is actually one of the reasons why I wanted you all to come in. It's baffling to me, actually, that I would hear that an organization who has funding to help people doesn't use it, and that there's actually funding left over out there. So again, if you're out there listening and you're wondering if maybe you qualify, or you know somebody might qualify, please call and go through the intake process with Shelley so you can find out whether or not it's something for you. Carolyn, maybe again, just what's the best way to get in contact with you all?
The best way to call us is through our intake number, and that's 435-713-1467. You'll reach Shelley. Shelley will walk you through which program that you might qualify for that will fit you the best. She helps you to determine what you actually need. So give Shelley a call. She can help you out.
Is there a website?
Yes, we have a really nice website. Go to bearriveraging.org. And it pulls up all of our programs, gives you we have pictures of each one of us on there so you can put a name with a face. It's got a really good site for you to get to, and you can also make appointments on that website.
Awesome. So if people want to see what Shelley looks like before they call. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, good. Well, we're going to head out to our next break. We'll be back in just a minute.
When it comes to successful aging, eating well matters. Staying physically active matters. Getting socially engaged matters. Living alone, aging alone, it's harder to consistently do that. Hi, this is Chris Grohl with Pioneer Valley Lodge, where we make it easier to do those things every day. Our mission at Pioneer Valley Lodge in North Logan is to help seniors live better, age more gracefully, and stay independent for as long as possible. Pioneer Valley Lodge, an independent living community for seniors.
If you're retired or plan to retire soon, will you outlive your money, or will your money outlive you? If you don't know the answer, I can help. Hi, I'm Patty Bartholomew, a financial consultant with Parsonex Securities. If you have questions about your financial plan or just need a second opinion, call me today at 435-227-5556.
Investments are not FDIC insured, nor are they deposits of or guaranteed by a bank or any other entity, so they may lose value. Investors should carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the funds. This and other important information is contained in each fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, which can be obtained from a financial professional and should be read carefully before investing. Securities offered through Parsonex Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC, 8310 South Valley Highway, Suite 110, Inglewood, Colorado, 80112-303-662-8700.
I think Mom needs a little more help.
What I really need is a boyfriend who can drive at night.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. With Comfort Care at your side, you can live your best life possible. We know families can't be there 24/7, which is why we can help with as little or as much home care as you need, so you can live in your own home on your own terms.
Could you give me a phone number? My daughter was texting.
Together with Comfort Care, you can live your best life possible. Call us today at 754-7676. That's 754-7676.
Want an inexperienced surgeon?
Okay, nurse, I'm ready for the scalpel.
How about an inexperienced airline pilot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and I'm terrified.
Experience matters, and we have it.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I am a senior real estate specialist.
I'd love to meet with you face-to-face and give you a free consultation and market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
Whether you have a small business, large corporation, or sole proprietorship, remember Cook Martin Polson has provided quality accounting services since 1977. At Cook Martin Polson, they believe you've earned it, and they're going to help you keep it. Take a minute right now to call 750-5566. That's 750-5566 to set up your tax appointment and let Cook Martin Polson show you how to keep the money you have earned.
This is Jared Riplinger with Cook Martin Polson. You've worked hard for your money. Let us help you keep it.
Welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. We're in our last segment with the Bear River Area Agency and Aging crew band. They were singing during the break, just so you know. It's been fun. Carolyn, who should we hear from next?
We don't want to leave out our New Choices Waiver Program as another one of our Medicaid waivers, and Tara is going to tell us about that.
So New Choice Waiver is what's a Medicaid waiver program, and it's designed to provide rental assistance inside the assisted living facilities. So as we all know, living or being in assisted living is very costly. And so many of our clients can access this program so that they can have affordable rental income assistance.
So if they're running out of money, is that when they're calling you? So that maybe they got into assisted living and it starts to get expensive,
right?
And they can't keep up.
So a lot of times, like they have their life savings and it's drained quickly, being in memory care or just a normal assisted living. So this really gives them a break and also provides a lot of services through the assisted living facility. So that's meals, any kind of nursing care in their rooms.
There's strategies around that too, as far as how to access that and to spend your money in an appropriate way to get to that. Is that something you help people with?
Yes, they have to fill out an application through Medicaid normally. And once they're qualified, Medicaid has their own qualifications. And if they meet that criteria, then they're able to get on the New Choice Waiver. A lot of times, they're given, they have to give income. And if they have assets that are over a certain amount, then they can't qualify.
Not right away, but they might be able to later, right? Depending on how things are going. So if their resources are getting spent down and they're starting to, that's why they would call. They're starting to get worried, right?
Yeah, usually with Medicaid, it's usually like a $2,000 month income that they have to meet. More than that, then it's a problem.
Gotcha. And how many people do you talk to in a week-ish?
A lot. I have about 25 grandparents, I call them. Usually we like to carry, a smaller caseload. Quality over quantity is what our agency likes to have. So I have 25, and then my colleague Debbie has 25.
Busy.
Yeah, it's very busy.
I'm going to throw a little bit in on there. There's some pretty stringent guidelines to get on the New Choices program. We're an unusual state. We're the only one that I know of that has a New Choices Waiver program. And so don't just assume that you can get on. It has a tight qualification, and you have to be qualified through the state New Choices waiver.
Right.
You have to make an application to them specifically. So again, this is another one you have to call Shelley for.
This is why Shelley gets so many phone. Oh wait, she needs to get
Shelley's
more phone
our
calls.
girl.
I do.
She needs more phone
Shelley,
calls.
Shelley can do that filtering piece to be
Right.
sure that you can actually
She has the details when you call as to whether or not you qualify in the next steps if you do.
That's right. That's
And
right.
Bruce, to clarify, you asked if someone has been in assisted living and their funds are running out. Many people come on the New Choices Waiver program before having been in assisted living.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not a prerequisite to coming on the New Choices
So
Waiver
they can be
program.
thinking about it, wondering what to
They
do.
may have the need to be in assisted living.
Okay, good.
But they have to go through a nursing home. Yes.
Okay, good.
That's again what I mean by there's a lot of criteria. So just call Shelley and she can straighten that out.
Okay, we've got about a minute and a half left, and I know we have one person that's left who's just feels left out and wants to be able to talk. And so, Valoy, I think it's your turn. What are you going to tell us today?
Well, I am the only nurse in this group of social working world in the aging department, but it's a fun group. As the nurse, all the programs except for alternatives has to go through me. I have to make sure that that person meets level of care physically. And what that means is if you're in a situation where if you were not getting services in your home, you would have ended up in a skilled nursing area. And so then that's the kind of physical disabilities or criteria that you need to meet before you can actually be on a Medicaid waiver. I also like to think of the alternatives program as if you don't want to apply for Medicaid, but you are low income, then you can still apply for the alternatives. It doesn't mean that you have to have Medicaid on an alternative. The waiver, however, is a Medicaid-driven program that has the criteria that you have to meet in order to be able to become part of that program.
And you're going out to visit people?
And right now, because of COVID restrictions, we have to do telehealth still. That's still in place until the state tells us otherwise at this time. So I've been doing a lot of phone calling, a lot of FaceTiming, trying to get a good picture, a good feel of what that person looks like and how they're doing.
Awesome. Well, unfortunately, we're at the end of our show, and so we've had so much fun having this group here with us today. And maybe, Carolyn, just a final thought. Maybe you can share that phone number one more time so people will call Shelley.
My final thought is please call. We want to reach everyone we possibly can. And again, the number is 435-713-1467. We have all the answers you need.
They have all the answers. How often do you hear that?
Shelley will be waiting for your call.
Shelley will be waiting. Thank you for listening to the Senior Moment Show. This has been the Senior Moment Show. We're sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group. Contact us at empoweringseniorscb@gmail.com or 435-512-6406. And please listen next week.